KOTR
Y'all recording.
141. Organic storytelling. All right, I'm recording.
Oh God, really? Give me 1 second.
So I'm gonna open up the show with like a very somber voice, and then you guys just chime in the background,
Ah,
just like that.
ah,
Sound like fucking SpongeBob.
Shaw, dude.
Just tell me when to start recording.
Oh, I
Okay,
need
ready?
to. No, like, dude, Audacity sucks. I think I'm gonna actually pay the money to get Audition.
Don't do that. It's like ridiculously expensive.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
just do that.
I'm recording now.
I am also recording.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
All right,
Work.
I haven't even started yet. All right, ready?
Yep.
Hello, everybody. This is King Rickie Rose of the Kings of the Rings podcast, alongside Prince David Money Malkowicz, and also Will Tereshak is here. So
What's up?
we have decided to let you guys know what's up with a prepared statement that we all have agreed upon, and I will read it, this prepared statement for everybody. Clear all the hairballs out. Let's do this. Eric Bischoff, in his TED Talk from November of 2018, discussed a lesson he learned from legendary wrestling figure Verne Gagne when first starting out in the business. Verne Gagne taught him, as long as the audience feels passionately about a wrestler, one way or the other, business would be good. In essence, wrestling is not supposed to make you think, it is supposed to make you feel. And as long as you feel passionately about any wrestling angle, or superstar for that matter, one way or another, then business would be good. In the past couple of weeks, starting with episode 137, our KOTR universe has been split over a simple yet convoluted question. What is top-tier talent? That question, in and of itself, spurned a real-life, true-to-form argument between all members of the podcast, Willy T, King Rickie, and Dusty Dave. Each member felt passionately about one side of the argument. What you heard was real emotions from three men and one boy and Will. Three men who not
Hey.
only felt passionately about their argument, but passionately
I
about...
don't agree to that. that is some bullshit.
Listen, who felt passionately about their argument, but passionate about wrestling as well. The weeks after that episode led to a very public war of words on Twitter to addressing each other on the podcast by both sides, which I really should have changed those passwords.
I'm Switzerland.
Yeah, okay, Dave. Even deeper, all members of the podcast got various personal messages of concern and or bewilderment from various members of the KRT universe, including all members of the Valkyrie, except for maybe Christina because she hates us, Mr. Fretz, Slack, and various...
Wade cares.
Wade cares, Nate as well, all those people. Each individual member of the universe felt passionately about the situation one way or the other.
They love us. They really love us.
Some of us. I think I won in the grand scheme of things. Anywho, be that as it may, the show went on and Willy T resigned from the show, and King Rickie became the new voice behind what was known as the new KOTR podcast.
That fucking logo, man. That fucking logo.
So good. It was so good. All right. Even that change made multiple members of the KOTR universe feel passionately one way or another. Well, folks, myself, Willy T, and Dusty Dave are all here to tell you one thing. Business is good. You see, as real as the top-tier talent argument was, we collectively saw an opportunity to do something more, do something creative once we kind of all calmed the fuck down. We had an opportunity to mold our own reality and to do something that we have rarely seen in a wrestling podcast world to our knowledge.
Find it, I dare you. Prove me wrong.
Yeah, seriously, I've never seen it anywhere. The question
Talking
was...
smack doesn't count.
Talking smack does not count. The question was, how far could we make this angle go, and how creative could we get in order to make everybody buy in? This was the creative experiment meant to harm no one deliberately. There was no malintent with this whatsoever. It was only meant to make you feel and not think. We wanted to make you feel passionately about this angle, yes, It was an angle,
Work, 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 work.
one way or another. It's such a perfect song for that.
We can all agree. I am the one who brought that to light.
Yes,
No, you're
that's
not.
true.
No, you're not.
Whatever. Can I finish? Can I finish?
Sorry.
Thank you. All right. Willy T never left the show. In fact, he continued to edit the show once it was completed in his absence. Myself, King Rickie, and Will, and often Dave when he wasn't sick or studying, were continuously in communication with each other to make sure that the angle worked on all sides and to make sure that no one ruined the damn thing. So true. As much as I did take charge of a show and am still continually in charge of social media, any and all ideas, whether they come from myself, Will, or even Dusty Dave himself, once in a blue moon, get discussed by us collectively.
Hey,
I'm just saying. This is to ensure that we are always on the same page, because we realize that the whole KOTR universe is much greater than the sum of its parts. We also realize that the characters you hear on the show do not truly represent the person. Willy T is not and never has been a racist, although he's never eaten a piece of cornbread before.
That's not true. I don't like cornbread.
I have seen him drunkenly eat Popeye's cornbread.
How do you not like cornbread? Like, seriously.
It's too dry.
What? You had bad cornbread. Anyway,
Yeah, that's also true.
myself, King Rickie, I'm not an evil maniacal maniac hell-bent on taking over the show unless I haven't eaten in 12 hours.
Eat a Snickers.
That would kill me because I'm kind of
and I am in fact not the country of Switzerland, nor am I a neutral pussy bastard.
Although Dusty Dave, well, Dave's actually very PC and neutral, like Switzerland, because that's something we just couldn't fake. We also realize that we strive on being innovative, taking chances, making mistakes, and most importantly, learning from it all. Do we regret this angle and work? Do we regret doing this angle and working our entire universe? Oh, hell no!
Absolutely not.
Not in one
I got a
bit.
3-week vacation, boys.
Everything we do on the show is a learning experience, and if you want to make an omelet at some point, you are going to have to break a few eggs. For everyone who felt that we devalued or compromised the integrity of our own podcast,
You can go fuck yourself.
you all watch scripted wrestling on a weekly basis. We were just following suit. Controversy creates cash, and we will continue to push the boundaries of reality and defining the parameters of our own KOTR universe. The only question is, will you feel passionately about it, one way or the other? If so, then business is good. This is the Kings of the Rings podcast.
And one last thing. I did not sleep with that woman. I was up all night. Cue that music.
Cue our music and fuck you, Slack.
Something better work, 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 work. Yeah. Something better work, 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 work.
Oh, man.
That is right, ladies and gentlemen, for the 141st time. It's so good back in his chair, guys. Welcome to the Kings of the Rings podcast. That's right, motherfuckers. It was all a work, 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 work. Work, 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 work. I don't like piano at all, but this song is just too appropriate. You can find us anywhere on the Facebook, Twitter, universe, Twitter, at KOT_podcast. I swear to God, we were at 1,800. I swear to God, I saw it with my own 4 eyes. All 400. Humor me. We were. You can find me on Facebook and on Twitter. All the hate mail can be sent to at Dusty_Dave Malkovich.
That completely was a terrible version of my tag, but it's the dustiest man in the game, the man of 1,000 gimmicks, Davey 9 belts now. What's up, everyone? Had to take off last week. I was very sick. I am on the mend, so Sick Dusty is now officially hashtag Recovered Dusty. You can find me on Facebook, David Malkwich, MALKIEWICH. You can find me on Instagram, OZTEP08. You can find me on Snapchat, OZTEP. And now the social media I use the most, Twitter, at KOTR_DustyDave. Now, where would I be without finally back to normal, my king, Universal King Rickie? How are you?
You forgot resident Universal royalty.
Resident Evil.
I should have been Resident Evil US. I don't know. From what I heard,
Resident Evil royalty.
I don't know. Apparently, I had a lot of supporters on the evil side of things, so that shows how.
Apparently, Jesus, dude, you went full blown heel. You buried me for 9 American minutes. It was ridiculous.
If you guys want to see Rickie really do some good heel work, check out his blog. It's amazing how many different characters he could actually hash out. He has a knack for it.
The last blog I wrote was called A Villainous Manifesto. I was setting this all up, obviously.
Rickie, anytime you add manifesto to it, I feel people stay away from it because they think the wrong thing.
Oh, whatever. Communist Manifesto was actually a really good book. Anywho, ladies and gentlemen, it is King Rickie Rose of the Kings of the Rings podcast, still the fucking foundation of this show, and your social media ambassador of KOTR podcast on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter. We are almost at 1,750 followers on Twitter, which I'm very, very excited about. I still want to push to 2,000 by at least the end of the year, but you can find me personally on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, some people's DMs, less people's text messages, and next week you can find me hosting the Rant Gala on Twitch TV at Ambassador Biggs, BIGZ, Ambassador Biggs. It was really good running the show for a couple of weeks. Shout out to everybody that helped out, everybody that showed concern and support. Special shout out to Jeff Palmaccio for subbing in at the last minute. He did an excellent job.
Yeah, dude, Jeff fucking killed it, bro.
It was great. So,
he did really good. Thank you, Jeff.
Yeah, thank you, Jeff, so much.
Thank you, Jeff. Pray hands.
Pray hands for Jeff. And Will, I guess welcome back, even though you kind of never left.
I know, like, who did everyone think does all the editing?
Well, you know, it worked out because I edited War Room, and so then it became believable that I would be able to edit shows.
Yeah, okay. Facts.
It kind of worked. It kind of came hand in hand.
Oh, guys, I'm so happy to be back. The band's back together, motherfuckers. Yes. We can finally talk about work. I mean, wrestling.
What's the difference?
We will go back to no more shenanigans, talk a little bit more about this motherfucking beautiful, gorgeous angle. But after the break.
God.
All right.
It's a commercial.
You know what sucks about this? Now I have to go back and change all of the logos on all the social media.
Dude, the logo was the best fucking part. I saw it everywhere. I was like, damn.
Yeah, I was like, I did everything in my power to eliminate you.
I can't comment or post on anything.
Rickie, you should have also taken like the pictures of us and just put a big red X through fucking.
Oh, that would have been so fucking funny.
All right, it's already late. I'm gonna bring it back.
Yeah.
And we're back from the work, and something but a work. Oh my God, Rihanna is so beautiful. I never give it a woman enough credit. All right, wrestling. Honestly, the hardest part of this angle, guys, was not being able to talk about how fucking awesome wrestling has been the past few weeks.
Yeah, and it's really funny because this angle really coincides with the Kofi push as well.
Kind of. Yeah. I'm gonna say we created
it. Yeah, we kind of started
a little bit.
So whoever's listening and stole our angle, thank you.
Yes. Vince Russo.
Probably no, not.
Well, I mean, with the amount of times they say "game changer" on Raw and SmackDown, Nate definitely deserves some royalties. Shout out to Nate, the effing great. But this angle's been a saving grace, but it is unfortunate when you have such focus on one angle on each of these shows, the rest of the show fails to move the meter.
Usually. And I think that's a bigger problem on Raw than it is on SmackDown. I feel like SmackDown is very well balanced. And by I mean balanced, I mean every superstar knows they have this amount of time and they need to knock it out of the park. And more often than not, the SmackDown superstars do a better job of that than the Raw superstars do.
Dude, the only thing I didn't like about wrestling this week is that we didn't get an Angle AJ match. I was like, fuck you, Randy Orton.
That did kind of
fuck
piss
you
me
right
off.
in your face. I was like,
Dude,
damn it.
I read that was just because Angle is
He can't go anymore.
Yeah, he's so incapable in the ring now. And it's not on him. It's just he's old. He's had a very trying career. But he just can't. He just physically can't move. So don't get me wrong. I'm loving this farewell tour, except for two aspects of it. One, if he's so physically incapable, just have him get to his best of fitness for Mania. And two, I'm still, and most likely never will, accept Corbin as his final opponent.
That is the worst Mania match announcement that we've had this whole season.
I don't think we're going to get it.
I hope it's Cena. I hope it's Cena to swerve.
I still think Cena's going to find his way in there because, I mean, Cena was supposed to go up against Lars. That obviously didn't happen. It was rumored he's going to go up against Drew. That's not going to happen. With Roman, it's much better. We'll talk about that as well. But Cena needs to do something. And
he's going to be at Mania.
Yeah, he can't be on TV. His schedule won't let him be on TV until next week. So, and Angle does not want to do this Corbin match. If you believe the rumors, McMahon actually thought Baron Corbin was going to be like a big heat magnet moment. It's gotten the exact wrong reaction. Angle doesn't want to have it be Corbin either. He wants to be someone else.
No, he got heat, but it was just the wrong type of heat.
It was X-Pac heat.
Yeah. It was
so
really
if there's
bad heat.
anyone else who could do it, I mean, it has to be, at this point, it has to be John Cena. Who else could possibly be?
Yeah, you've got to save this match somehow. Like, the last thing you want is for Angle's retirement match to be the bathroom break match.
Yeah, how this could have worked, they did it backwards. They announced it was going to be his last match before the opponent. And but they're doing that kind of with the Batista Triple H angle. They should have had Corbin say, Corbin be like, I've already beaten you. If I want to take you on a WrestleMania, I want your career. And then kind of leaves the door open what's going to happen. And maybe have Angle win and just postpone it into another time for Cena. But Corbin's not the right pick. And at the end of the day,
no.
Kurt Angle's last match can't be a bathroom break.
Yeah, it can't be. And I mean, I'm happy when I get to see Kurt Angle's last match, but I want it to be meaningful. I mean, at least Ric Flair's quote unquote last match was against Shawn Michaels. Like, you know what I mean? Like it meant something with that.
Quote unquote. And I mean, especially the ending moment, I'm sorry, I love you, super kick. But yeah, I was very let down by the Corbin announcement because obviously Cena, you could have even had Thugonomics Cena.
What if Thugonomics Cena comes back?
Dude, nah, I like Mark Wahlberg Cena.
but that's just one of many. But you could have also, there's a list who's greater than Baron Corbin, and their feud when Corbin took over Raw, it was underwhelming. So why, if the feud before was underwhelming when we got it, why would you give us another match? Obviously, if a feud's going, give us as many matches as you can squeeze out that don't have the same endings. But if it doesn't click like that, don't force it down our throats. And especially when it comes to a farewell match, because this is really supposed to be for the one who's leaving. And I'm sorry, you can't tell me, no one can convince me that Angle wants to go out against Corbin.
No,
unless they literally just do, suplex, angle slam, ankle lock, 3-minute match, it's over.
I don't know if Angle's going to buck tradition like that. Usually your last match is you go out on your back.
Yeah, that's how it should be, but I think he hates Baron Corbin just like the rest of us.
He's gonna screw him out of a moment.
Yeah, it's like, fuck you.
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like that's better. if Angle beats Corbin, cool, that's fine, whatever. But I just feel like as a last match, it should be like in a loss. Like when we thought it was going to be Taker's last match at Mania 33, Taker lost. You know what I mean? And that was a huge moment.
Yeah, and then he won last year.
And then he came back again. So yeah, but still, when we thought Taker was going to retire, like that was a big thing.
Yeah, he was supposed to retire.
I know.
He should have retired.
I know.
We're not going to get him this year either because now Balor is backing with Bobby Lashley.
Which I was very upset about.
Yeah, like what the fuck? Why even have him drop the belt then on TV just to have him win it back at Mania? Why didn't he just keep holding the belt? Because we know he's going to win.
I think he's going to come back and win it as a demon.
I think that's going to be a perfect set. Like, you know how in SummerSlam, when Balor had that demon match against, what was it? I think it was against Corbin.
Yeah.
I think it was too.
I think it was against Corbin, and like it was a hot like 5-minute match. He came out as a demon and reignited the crowd. I think with Mania being as long as it's going to be, having that match a little late in the show, to kind of reignite the crowd would be perfect.
Yeah, the fucking crowd loves Demon Finn like more. He got arguably the biggest pop of the night next to Becky turning quote unquote heel.
During SummerSlam, and the demon only really comes out these days at New York,
or NXT or TLC.
Don't get me wrong, I do appreciate that he with the Brock match, he wanted to do it as Finn, as the man, and I think we can agree he had one of the better matches against Brock from the so-called people who can't hang with Brock. So
yeah,
we know he could do it as the man. But I think we're going to start seeing a tap into the demon more regularly, especially if, like, I personally think we may see the IC and United States title switch brands. So I could see Finn going to SmackDown with the IC title, and then especially with them going to Fox in October, I could see Fox maybe not every week, but maybe on a more frequent basis, getting a Demon Finn.
It's not Fox anymore; it's Disney, because Disney bought Fox. So WWE gets to work for the mouse from here on out.
God damn it! Rickie, why you have to ruin wrestling?
I'm just letting you know the mouse runs the world at this moment.
Mr. Meows.
Mr. Meows.
Yeah, we'll see. WWE just can't. Why can't they get Finn Balor right?
I don't know.
Like it's. Go ahead, Dave.
I don't think that it's they can't get him right. It's just they have such an overloaded roster, and right now I'm gonna err on the Raw side of it more than SmackDown. Now, mind you, Lashley just came back to WWE last year. Yeah, and he was brought in after being a big time player in Impact, like
and a real MMA fighter.
Yeah, and a real MMA fighter, and it's just they have so much talent that has credentials that they need to appease, I feel. But Finn is almost a new version of the People's Champion. Because like with his reactions, yeah.
Okay.
And it's just we could tell through storylines across the board they don't want to just appease the fans to appease the fans, and they think that doing these title switches back and forth will appease said talent A and then give moment to talent B, but it's not working.
It doesn't work because there's Lashley essentially.
Work.
Yeah, right. We should teach them how to do work. The only reason it's not going to work or it won't work is because Lashley's going to essentially hold the belt for 2 weeks and then drop it again.
It doesn't. It just none of this makes sense.
Yeah.
This is probably one of the shittiest parts of WrestleMania. It's the match I'm probably looking forward to the least.
I mean, because if you think their match isn't even finalized. Well, no, he is. He gets it at Mania.
Yeah, He since he beat one this week, he's going to Mania against Lashley.
Yeah, squash.
He squashed a top tier talent.
Something like that.
Oh my god. To Will's definition, Jinder Mahal is top tier talent.
Jinder Mahal's the man.
That's your daddy.
Yeah, Jinder Mahal's the man. All right, don't hate on Jinder. Don't hinder the Jinder.
I met him. He was mad cool in person. Doesn't mean I like his reign. His WWE Championship reign sucked.
I don't know. His reign was great. I thought it was fantastic.
I'm gonna split the difference of this one. I thought it was good. I'm gonna pull the Dave. I thought it was fine. I saw nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
It was just again kind of like the wrong kind of heat, but it was better than no heat at all.
You should have lost to Shinsuke at SummerSlam.
Yeah, you should have. I do agree with Dave though. I think the belts are gonna switch. I think Finn is gonna be a big poster child for
Fox
or and the Down with Smack Talking Live. It's gonna be terrific.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. Hopefully.
Yeah, fingers crossed. What else we got? WrestleMania coming up. Let's talk some AJ Orton, because this match is getting swept under the rug. Like
it's show stealer. It's show stealer. Guaranteed.
It's absolutely gonna be a show stealer because Randy Orton still knows how to put on an A1 match, and AJ Styles can wrestle with a broomstick.
Yep.
AJ's 3 WrestleMania matches are fantastic.
Yeah.
He had Jericho, Shane McMahon, and Shinsuke. The only thing is, like, the Shinsuke one, it led to a very lackluster feud, but it could have been Wrestle Kingdom worthy. But this is a dark horse for me, and it's just because like it's so real with Randy's barbs on the indies, which we can all agree get old, but
I don't know. I love that.
The promo 2 weeks ago, fucking loved it.
They go back and forth so well, and the craziest thing is, I could see both of these individuals switching brands in a couple weeks too. So I could easily see this feud like going from SmackDown to Raw.
Oh, Superstar Shakeup's going to be amazing.
Yeah, but the thing is, we all can agree when Randy Orton's invested in a feud against a given opponent, he can have the best matches.
Yeah.
And he's obviously invested in this feud, as is AJ. Now, mind you, AJ just announced last week that he got a new puppy and he signed a new deal. So AJ's in for the long haul now.
Thank the Lord.
5 years.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Was there any doubt, please? AEW?
No. I never said there was any doubt, but obviously, the longer it goes,
the more likely it's going to be signed.
But yeah. I do 100% feel that this is being positioned for show stealer because obviously the main SmackDown feud going on is this Kofi against
the world,
closet racism. Kofi against all odds. His new shirt. Like I'm gonna have to buy that literally right after this podcast.
That might be my Mania shirt this year.
I as soon as I saw Rickie, I was like, holy shit, this is gonna be Rickie's Mania shirt.
That might be my Mania shirt.
But now one thing I will say, like, this is being elevated to a show stealer for me, not because of, like, progression in the ring, but it's like, these attacks back and forth, etc. But you want to know what feud is being sold to me with promos in the ring? Miz versus Shane McMahon.
Yeah, who knew Miz could be a freaking babyface?
Not me. I didn't get to talk about did I get to talk about the turn?
No.
No, fuck, dude, I missed so much good shit to talk about.
Because Dave and I did the Fastlane preview.
Right. The Miz, the Shane turn was done so well because you knew it was coming, but you didn't know who was doing it. And This is the picture of Shane just fucking growing his dirty cheeks. Like I want to do to Dave every other week. It was fucking perfect. And beating the shit out of Miz's promos, Shane doing the dude from Evolve with the ring announcer saying, no, announce me correctly.
Oh, the Austin Theory promo?
The Austin Theory, yeah. It's everything about it was this feud. I can't believe this is working as well as it is. We knew Shane and Miz was coming since November. It was just a matter of how they're going to get there. And this is one of the better told stories of this WrestleMania season. The match is going to be shit, probably. But Falls Count Anywhere is going to help a lot.
No, Falls Count. Now, here's the thing. Falls Count Anywhere, when we look at the people involved in this match, I think we can universally agree. Traditionally, you would say that this stipulation favors Shane McMahon.
Yes,
we've seen the crazy shit he can do. However, this Miz as a baby face, like, mind you, Shane laid hands on his father, attacked him in front of his father. Shane has this, Miz has this babyface strength going into this. We're going to see stuff from Miz we've never seen.
I don't know. I'm still saying Shane jumps over something really high.
He should do the yes kicks.
If he does the yes kicks, the it kicks, he's going to actually succeed with the whole lot, because I don't think he's ever succeeded with the final kick.
I can't wait for Shane to die off something.
Dude, I still remember when you and me were at Mania 33, like, bro, Shane should jump off the fucking roller coaster.
Yeah, I thought it was going to happen.
We all did, but I'm happy with the feud progression on the SmackDown side. Obviously, we don't have anything with the tag titles yet, but I want it to be Hardys versus Usos.
I thought that's what they were setting up, and they just kind of went away with it.
I still think they're setting it up, and we have the Samoa Joe versus Rey Mysterio with
which
Dominic.
I thought should have, with Dominic. They should put Dominic's custody on the line again.
Yeah,
that would be like, dude, I'm 18. No one controls me anymore.
How long is this fucking show going to be?
It's going to be a long show.
It might be 8 hours, including the pre-show.
Okay. Everything I've read is projecting 17 matches.
Projecting. We got to see the final card.
That's so many matches, dude. That's okay. Let's look at confirmed matches.
We have.
I'm gonna pull it up.
ESPN has a finalized card so far.
Mania 35 match card. Let's see what we got so far. CBS.
Just go to ESPN.
Yeah, I got it. Hang on. We got the Raw Women's Championship, Universal Championship, WWE Championship, Roman Reigns, Drew, AJ. You guys counting? AJ Orton, Triple H, Batista, Intercontinental, U.S. Championship, Women's Tag, The Miz and Shane, Kurt Angle, Corbin, the Cruiserweights, Andre the Giant. That's a lot.
That's 13 right now.
Already
that's
at 13.
Jesus fucking Christ. No more matches.
That's not including tags, so make that 15.
The women's 16, battle royal.
And the women's will be 16.
And so if they go with SmackDown, like somebody said this on Twitter.
You could split the women's matches. The main event. I don't think the main event is certain just yet.
Dude, yeah, so I forget who said this on Twitter. It was one of the people I follow and follows me. Charlotte has been elevated to a position where I could feasibly see her have 2 matches.
Oh, didn't Rachel say that?
No, stop it. You think she's going to get an Oscar match at Mania?
Dude, if they're not unifying the titles, which I don't want them to do, because the women are already being so poorly featured with 2 belts, it'll be even worse with 1 belt.
All right, here we go. Here we go. I wasn't supposed to message in it because I was in a fight, but I was peeking the page. I was peeking the Patreon chat this week, Dave. Jesus Christ! Why have women got you so salty?
Dude,
It's the Oscar treatment. It's the Oscar treatment.
No, it's the Oscar treatment, and it kind of piggybacks off of our argument. Now,
hey, Oscar's
don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Charlotte Flair is talented, but I'm sorry. This early into her career, she has no business having 8 main roster championships, 9 if you include the NXT Women's Championship.
I don't know. She's been around for a while.
She's a Flair. She's been around for 4 or 5 years now.
I think it's like 6.
Her in-ring work since she's come up has increased 1,000-fold. Her character has increased 1,000-fold. She works as a top face and a top heel. How can you say? And she's only gotten these belts because Sasha can't keep it for more than one title defense.
Well, no, that's because they never let Sasha go with the belt for some reason.
Yeah,
and they tried to make Sasha a face.
Yeah, that's valid. But
I love her having the belt. I love it. Unify the belts. I'm so against the unification. Why?
I said it before. The women are so poorly featured now in these title feuds. It'll be even worse with one belt.
Well, here's the problem, Dave. The women's division is very top heavy. And right now, the top is focused around the Raw women's belt. And you have these tag belts, which are going across both brands. You could unify them at a mid-card.
Actually.
Excuse me, 3 brands. I mean, like right now, the SmackDown's women's belt is already a mid-card belt. Unify them, add a mid-card women's belt, and someone like Liv Morgan, Sarah Logan, Ruby Riott, the Iconics that they've split up, like Natalya, they have something to fight for. Get them more exposure. A mid-card women's belt is a great idea across both brands. 3 brands if you really want to.
Okay, but now let me transition to my second reason for why I hate this. The women have officially been given the main event of WrestleMania. Official. And that was before this title change happened. History was already being made. Ronda Rousey, Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, earned. But they did not need to add the SmackDown belt to bring a more historical moment. They're only doing this so they could give that stupid picture that somebody photoshopped credence with all 4 horsewomen holding belts.
And what's more iconic than that moment?
It's absolutely not necessary.
Stones.
Wait, Rickie. Dave, why is it unnecessary? These are your core 4 building a brand new division of a new era, a new age of women's wrestling.
It's like the Yankees core 4.
Yeah, they're the top 4 stars in women's wrestling across the world.
I'm sorry, I don't believe Bayley is better than Asuka. The only reason they're not going with Asuka is because she doesn't have the best English.
Okay, that's okay. Look, you know what? I'm gonna say that's a reason. She's really not that marketable.
Dude, I completely disagree. She was one of the most marketable. Then WWE did her dirty. She gave Charlotte the win to break her streak. Her streak didn't have to end last year.
It did, though, because it built up to this moment of earning history.
Neither did the Undertaker's, but look what it did to Brock Lesnar. You got to think about the long term.
Asuka's poor booking now could have all been avoided had that streak been preserved.
I disagree. Because you make her, you then get tired of her winning all the time, just like you get tired of Brock winning all the time. She would become a Brock Lesnar.
Streaks are a gift and a curse in wrestling.
But here's another historical moment that could have happened. First ever winner of the Women's Royal Rumble wins the championship at Mania.
Yeah, but she was already undefeated. She was already the first ever Women's Royal Rumble champion. She doesn't need too many more accolades. One of the longest undefeated streaks of the modern
so you're
era.
telling me it's okay for Charlotte to get all these accolades, but if it's somebody that's not a horsewoman, they don't deserve these accolades.
None of the horsewomen have a top 10 have a top 10 championship streak of over 500.
Charlotte, first ever new
How long does
new women's
Charlotte
Charlotte, first ever new women's championship title holder. Charlotte, first ever person to hold belts on both brands.
Not a Bliss. Wasn't that Bliss though?
Alexa Bliss. It was
No,
Alexa Bliss. But Charlotte Flair is the daughter of the most your favorite wrestler's favorite wrestler, the best wrestler of all time. And it's not, this isn't something that's just given to her. I actually do agree with Dave. If they're not unifying the belts, there's no point in Charlotte getting this belts. Maybe it's so they don't have, because maybe there was no match for Asuka. There's 18 fucking matches on this card. We just ran through them. Asuka didn't need this belt. This belt doesn't need to be involved in anything.
Yeah, not all belts need to be defended.
Yeah, they could have had, rather than doing this fatal 4-way, they could have done a 5-pack challenge.
They're not doing a fatal 4-way or a 5-pack.
Originally there was supposed to be a fatal 4-way match last night that was promoted to crown the #1 contender, and they just wrote it.
You know what else they switched? Randy Orton was supposed to break Undertaker's undefeated streak at WrestleMania 21.
Randy Orton said no.
To break it too.
Randy got in trouble because Randy was smoking weed before WrestleMania.
How dare he, the villain.
Randy Orton actually turned down that angle.
No, Randy did want to turn out an angle, but they were still going to give it to him. And then he was caught partying the night before WrestleMania, and Vince switched it last minute. But here's the thing. You have to think long term with this whole thing.
Dude, apparently, according to WWE,
Dave,
the long term only matters if you're white.
Not necessarily, Dave. The long term thing here is this. Okay, how old is Asuka?
She's in her mid to late 30s.
How old is Charlotte?
Late 20s. No, she's early 30s. Early 30s. I'm an idiot. Sorry.
It's fine. Your long term person, your person who's going to be your cornerstone is Charlotte, not Asuka.
She didn't need it now. She didn't need it now.
Not now when?
Dude, Charlotte has a 10+ year. Charlotte has a 10+ year career ahead of her. She doesn't need it. She doesn't need to have now officially.
But John Cena won the title umpteen thousand fucking times when he was young.
Dude, and I don't agree with that either.
Okay, great, good. You're consistent. That's great. But let me make my point here.
I'm so glad I'm back.
Okay, here's what the things you have to consider. Wrestling is more than just what you can do in the ring. Wrestling is how you're able to market, and your target audience, for the most part, in professional wrestling, also in WWE, is not a Japanese audience. It's not a UK audience for now. It's an American audience for the most part. And granted, Asuka can't speak that well of English, and that's a little bit of a knock on her, but it doesn't really take away from her in-ring skill. But it takes away from her overall marketability. You also have to consider that this is the last Big Four pay-per-view before SmackDown goes to Fox, before SmackDown goes to prime time television.
That's a lie. SummerSlam.
Whatever. But it's in Canada. So...
Oh, okay, that's fair. But this is the show of shows. This is in New York, the biggest market where wrestling began.
Well, wrestling began for WWE.
You know what I mean? It got put on the map.
Yeah, it's where it got put on the map. But also, here's what you got to think here. Charlotte is one of those people who's in the economic world is like inelastic demand. She's pretty much too big to fail. She's being marketed as like the John Cena of her division, whether she's heel or face. She is too big to fail at this moment. She can hope. No. She needs to be more spots.
And I even have a secondary way that they could have done this without Charlotte.
Dave, but I haven't finished my primary way of countering your argument. All right, we gotta relax real quick. Okay, so you have that. You have Charlotte, who's a cornerstone of your division, who can take a loss and still not suffer from it
Mhm.
in the long term. Okay, and you also have history here. You have the first ever women's main event. And yes, they did not need the SmackDown title, but this is Vince McMahon we're talking here. If he's going to make history, he's going to go balls to walls with it and have dual champions. It's not the first time we've had dual champions in the main event. WrestleMania 6, Warrior
20.
versus Hogan. WrestleMania 20. Exactly. SummerSlam, Seth Rollins versus John Cena. And on most of those occasions, both titles were not on the line.
But here's my question though: if Becky makes Charlotte, it's Charlotte kind of having this main event here. Someone's
Okay.
tapping out.
Yes, they're all
Three of them have
specialists.
submission finishers.
Yeah,
Someone's tapping.
yeah.
That's kind of an issue. It's kind of an issue.
But
Also, Ronda can tap.
What happens?
Ronda's most likely going away for a
What
while.
happens
She's
if
probably
Becky-
going away till October.
What happens if Becky makes Charlotte tap?
And at this point in time, she would win the Raw Women's Championship.
That's so odd to me.
yeah,
It's
that's so
because,
stupid.
It's only because Charlotte right now is the reigning SmackDown Women's Champion. However, the title match is for the Raw Women's title.
It's gotta be winner take all.
When she
And I don't
didn't-
think it has
she
to be winner
did-
take all. When it was Cena versus Rollins, was that winner take all? No. One title was on the line.
But there's
Dude,
only
it was
two
a
of
U-
them. There's three
It
of
was
them
a
here.
U.S. title.
No, but
So it's very rare we have champion versus champion. The last one we had was Ricochet versus Pete Dunne, and that ended up in a DQ.
Oh, bastards.
I know. It's so bad.
And I'll even say another way that they could have done this with giving Asuka an event at Mania. You could have her and her not so good English say nobody can beat me. Open challenge for fucking Mania.
And here comes the Undertaker.
Shayna Baszler loses her NXT championship at NXT Takeover. Shayna Baszler to SmackDown. Shayna Baszler against Asuka.
No,
Yeah,
that
but you know what's gonna
would've
happen? You know what's gonna happen when Shayna Baszler comes out of WrestleMania 35?
You're
You're
gonna be like,
75.
what?
You're gonna have 75,000 people go, "Who the fuck is this?"
Yeah, no, you don't debut Shayna Baszler at Mania. You debut her on television, and you build her up to a Mania appearance.
Yeah, 100%. And I have no issue with all four horsewomen having belts. I mean, Bailey
Yeah.
and Sasha.
If that's what
Who
we
else
do.
would be the first women's tag team champs?
Think about the history here. WWE is writing their history as the four women who really ignited. I say ignited, not started. Ignited
in NXT.
in NXT was
They deserve
Bayley
it.
and
It's a
Sasha Banks. Yeah.
thank you for your work. Thank you for launching this division and making this company so much fucking money.
Exactly. They deserve that moment. Granted, yes, Paige and all people that came before them helped start the women's revolution, but AJ, yeah,
Natalia.
but they really brought it to the forefront.
There's zero way you guys will be able to sell this to me because
They were not selling you. We're
Like,
providing you
I'm
a different way of thought.
yeah,
That's all.
and I
You can
just
disagree, Dave, that's fine.
yeah, I happily disagree. Like
Okay?
this really just shows that they put so much into the Raw title feud that
Yes,
they can't book any other women. Like they literally do not know how to book
They have
any
a
other-
fatal four-way tag team.
Dude, with titles. You didn't let me finish my fucking statement.
Tag team
If
title.
you do, yes, they have the tag team title match,
Cool.
but there's still a whole huge segment of Raw and SmackDown talent that literally you never see.
Have nothing
you
to fight
still
for, so
have-
that's why you
you
should give them a mid-card title.
No, dude. If you can't book a main women's title on Raw and SmackDown, don't even start coming to me with them trying to book a mid-card title.
I mean, they can
If
barely.
they're on
That's
both
sheer
shows, you can.
stupidity.
Yeah,
That's sheer
actually
stupidity.
You know how many times they botched the IC and US title, and then they have to revive it and bring it back to life. The mid card title always sometimes gets lost in the shuffle from time to time. It happens like that.
Yeah.
Look at Dean Ambrose's first US title feud. No one gave a fuck about that, and he never defended it.
Look at most people's U.S. title feud.
Does anybody remember Big E's IC title run?
No. He had the preacher gimmick. I do.
Big E. No, Big E. Big E.
No, that was Biggie Langston. He
Yeah.
had it. Biggie Langston had it.
Yes.
I remember that.
I rarely do. Or Curtis Axel's IC title run.
Yeah, I mean, you have 5 hours of weekly programming. The women should be on both shows. The men can be separated. There's more men than them. And the women's roster is big enough and talented enough, and you give the people who aren't being shined because they're not. Liv Morgan is not believable in a main event feud.
No.
Lacey Evans is not believable in a main event feud. Mid-card feud.
Lacey Evans isn't
You had to say it,
believable.
didn't you, Will?
on
Yeah,
the
I
main
meant
roster.
to say Mandy. I'm sorry, I meant to say Mandy. Fuck Lacey Evans. I meant to say Mandy.
Mandy isn't either. So I think we could have got a good match between Asuka and Sonya Deville. I think we could have gotten a good match. Asuka and Nikki Cross.
Yeah, and all of those women are perfect for a mid-card belt on both shows.
As right now, yes.
If they were booked correctly, they would be all right for a early in the card women's championship match for the SmackDown Women's title.
Well, this could be a stepping stone to Charlotte, to Sasha, to Becky,
Yeah,
to
just like
Bayley.
IC's a stepping stone to a world title. The U.S.
Yeah.
to a world title. However,
I think
the reason that
they're
there's not
booking
going to
the
be
women perfectly.
the reason that there's not going to be unification with the top titles is because you have Fox giving $1 billion and USA Network giving $1 billion, and both of them have a lot of demands.
I've been very tough on the women's evolution. I've said like that women's Hell in a Cell, I still don't believe was earned. You know, the Elimination Chamber necessarily wasn't earned. This main event, this triple threat, was 110% earned.
I think you had to do the other main event or the main event style matches to get to this WrestleMania main event.
100%. There is a stepping stone, but they're not just doing it for the sake of history. They're doing it because the story deserves it.
And we knew that a year ago.
With the original match, Raw Women's Championship, no SmackDown Women's Championship involved. Yes, completely earned. They're not just doing it for history. SmackDown, they are just doing it for history. They're just doing it so the history can be the 4 horsewomen.
All right,
because that's all they care about.
Will, help me out here. Will, help me out here. If you're a casual fan, what name's going to ring a bell to you when you're thinking of WrestleMania? Are you thinking Asuka or Charlotte Flair? Which one's more recognizable?
I'm thinking Brock and Ric Flair's daughter. I'm serious. I'm not even joking.
It's true.
I'm thinking Brock. I'm thinking Cena, and I'm saying, oh my God, who is this gorgeous? Oh, that's Ric Flair's daughter.
What?
Holy shit!
Let me tune in.
And Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, that's your market right there. That's WrestleMania is not for us marks. SummerSlam might be, but WrestleMania isn't.
SummerSlam 100% is.
Is for the marks, yes.
Yeah, because it's a small arena. You gotta fit 70,000 motherfuckers in there.
Yeah, you gotta bring in some of the casual fans, and people are gonna know Flair just from her fucking father. People know Cena. People know Brock. People know Ronda.
Undertaker,
exactly. Asuka, they don't know, and part of that, yes, is WWE's fault. I admit.
100% is WWE's fault.
I don't think it's 100%. I just think it's part of it.
You could, she could have been given a mouthpiece that would have taken away any problems with her fucking English language barrier.
who would you give her?
Dude, I don't know who they could have given her right now.
Who?
You guys are getting me frustrated.
No, Dave, I do agree with you. A mouthpiece would have helped her a lot. But I'm trying to think that giving her Paige maybe.
That would have been weird.
Sure, but I mean, Paul Heyman with Brock Lesnar in
not
general is weird.
Yeah, because Brock can actually speak, but you don't want Brock to speak.
Yeah, bad things happen when Brock speaks.
Yeah,
or dances.
But there's very few mouthpieces left in WWE.
There's very few
that can only be a manager. Let me clarify that.
Although they just signed, who did they just sign off the end?
Stokely Hathaway and Robbie E, who was on TNA, started appearing at events as a manager. The manager is coming back.
But the thing about what the managers is, like, you can't oversaturate with like everybody doesn't need to have a manager.
Yeah, AOP didn't need a manager unless it was my father.
That's Jimmy Hart.
Jimmy Hart
can manage everybody. It's fine.
Actually, fucking bring Jim Cornette to manage Asuka.
Oh my God, could you fucking imagine? I'd rather have Asuka speak.
Him and that tennis racket.
Asuka, get my volley. All right, guys, let's move on. Actually, let's take a break, and when we get back, we're going to talk about Seth Rollins, Brock Lesnar, Batista,
and Kofi Mania.
And Kofi Mania. Don't
Tear
go
to my
anywhere. Tear my eye.
Tear to my
eye. I can't wait for this main event. I seriously, I do. I can't wait. I love everything they're doing with it. The WrestleMania build, I think, is fantastic.
I think, well, it got back on course now because
it took a little bit.
They took a dive with the whole Ronda shitting on the business thing, which I thought was like really not necessary.
No, there's a lot of things Ronda's doing I don't like, but Ronda's heel turn's amazing.
But I think what I enjoy about this is that Charlotte did win, and now brings a whole slew of possibilities. Now there's another realm of unpredictability. And now what we didn't talk about on the show is that you have this loophole that they created for Raw now. You have a 6-woman tag, Ronda, Becky, Charlotte versus the Riot Squad. And the Riot Squad are like the sacrificial lambs, which fucking sucks and is unfortunate. But if any member of Ronda, Becky, or Charlotte like attack one of their teammates, then they forfeit their spot in the main event.
Yeah, I saw that. That's stupid.
It's a loophole. It's a loophole for everybody. It's a loophole for everyone that's pissed off. I don't think it's gonna happen. I think
beat the clock was stupid too. Like, what was the point of a beat the clock challenge?
Beat the clock was really dumb.
I was like, don't they do these for like first number one contenders or something?
Yeah, it meant nothing. But I think this 6-woman tag could mean something. Like, what if Charlotte actually just goes ultra heel and like beats the shit out of somebody? Now she's out of the main event, and now a bunch of people are fucking happy.
I think a lot of people would be angry. Me being one of them.
Yeah, and it just brings, granted, like it brings a whole lot of, it's a whole lot of just more eyes on the product. You have 2 champions in the main event.
It's intriguing.
It's an intriguing. That's all it really is. It's just something out of intrigue.
All right, let's bring it back.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go. All right, let's go.
All right, guys. It took 13 years, but I'm just kidding. It took 13 years, but Triple H finally admitted that Evolution was all about him.
Well, no, it didn't take 13 years. It took 13 years for Batista to figure it out.
Evolution is no longer a mystery.
Yeah, right. I actually liked Triple H this Monday. I thought he was fucking hysterical.
I was just like, oh, I'm doing the job to an envelope. It was just like, you had this blood feud, and you have a clown dad joke of Triple H out there.
Clown dad Triple H is really funny.
Yeah, I guess. But
that's basically
this
what
match,
he is, clown dad Triple H.
This match can be exciting. It just lets me know. Don't worry, guys. Triple H is winning.
It's all about the Triple H entrance, to be honest with you, and Batista's pyro.
I hope it's blue pyro. All of it's blue.
Just blue smoke?
No, not even blue smoke. It's just blue fireworks. Just all blue. The ring ropes are blue. The refs are in the old SmackDown blue. Triple H is even in blue.
Yeah, right. Batista
Instead of the green lasers, it's all blue.
Triple H comes out as Drax.
Triple H comes out as Drax.
Yo, did you guys see how in the original graphic when they announced the match they photoshopped Batista's nipples off?
Did they? What?
Yeah, but no, once they released the first WrestleMania match of photos of Batista and Triple H, Batista had no nipples, and one of the O's was right around Triple H's groin. It's not
as bad as last year's Shinsuke Snickers Nakamura.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
The Leo Rush one was pretty bad. How his arm was photoshopped behind Liv Morgan.
Was it really?
Yeah, one of her singles matches, it had Liv Morgan, and then right next to her arm, you see a black arm with all the tattoos.
All right, guys, let's stay on target. Batista, Triple H, who's winning?
Oh,
you have Kurt Angle and Triple H retire in the same night.
This is, I said this on Twitter the other day. This is setting up to be a really historic WrestleMania. We can have Batista, we can have Triple H and Kurt Angle retire on the same night. We can
get one step closer to killing off the Attitude Era.
Yeah, we can have the first ever African American as WWE champion. You can have Becky Lynch, if she stays in the main event, is like the second ever non-North American person to main event a WrestleMania, next to Andre the Giant.
I was gonna say, who's the first?
Andre the Giant's the first one, and Becky Lynch would be the second one.
I mean, Vladimir Kozlov never main evented WrestleMania.
No. So this is setting up to be. There's a lot of moments that we can see here.
It's gonna be a bonkers WrestleMania. I mean, all right.
So remember a couple of months ago we were like, I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do with WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And now look where we are.
Remember a couple of weeks ago, we're like, I have no idea what the fuck they're gonna do for WrestleMania.
It's like I have no idea what's going on with that.
All right, so we have a big moment expected in Kofi, a bigger moment in Becky Lynch, arguably, and a big moment with Seth Rollins. All three can't win.
I think Seth loses.
It's like a fuck, marry, kill.
Yeah.
Who's getting killed?
I think Seth
loses.
Yeah.
And then Seth, if and when Seth wins, it won't be till Saudi Arabia or SummerSlam.
Yeah, I don't think Seth, at this point, I don't think Seth wins. Your two bigger moments is having a female main event and first ever pure African American winning WWE Championship. First time in history.
Yeah, I agree. And I mean, they have that site. And
the Seth Brock build has been really just very cookie cutter.
Or does Roman get his way back in there? And we all boom again.
No, I think Seth loses. And I think our next Universal title feud is going to be Drew McIntyre with the briefcase against Brock Lesnar.
Ooh.
You imagine Drew McIntyre came on that briefcase?
Drew McIntyre is absolutely my early on favorite to win the briefcase.
Yeah, I agree. I think Drew would be a perfect fit for the Money in the Bank.
Heels look great in that briefcase, not just Baron Corbin.
And he's believable.
He's totally believable.
Yeah. He's killing off everybody on the show. I think we've seen the last of Dean Ambrose.
Yeah, I absolutely believe that. I think they were trying to get him to resign, but now that it's like if 100% he's not resigning, they're just going to keep him off TV until.
But you know what? At least he got to do matches that are more his CZW style. Like his matches were really intense.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I mean, it kind of sucks that, if this means that he's not going to be on the Mania card, but I guess we'll see.
Oh, also on the Mania card, we have Joan Jett, fucking performing Rousey in.
I didn't even know she was still alive.
Yo.
I'm serious.
The only thing that would make me, regardless of what's going on with the SmackDown Women's Championship, care more about that match is if Ronda has Travis in her corner, Charlotte has Rick, and Becky has Conor fucking McGregor.
Oh yeah, because Flair's gonna chop McGregor. No, you and I really hope. I hope Joan Jett plays "I Love Rock and Roll" by mistake.
My bad, guys. My bad. Hold on.
Roll that back.
Next track on the tape. No.
Track 2, guys. Track 2.
I love WWE. Ain't nobody gonna pin me. I just wanna tap you out.
At this, when they included Travis Brown in that segment last week, I thought for sure, I was like, oh, Connor's coming at this point.
Connor might be arrested again.
Connor just retired from MMA.
He also has a sexual abuse charge in Ireland.
Yo, but also, have you guys noticed that during WWE programming, we're literally getting 5 times as many proper number 12? There's Irish whiskey. I think we might get a Connor appearance at Mania.
I watch Hulu Raw, so I don't even see Mojo Rawley on TV.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Becky brings out Connor because that would be dope, but they'd have to set that up. Like I said, I think I said a couple weeks ago, if you're gonna go balls to walls with this main event and the women are main eventing, fuck it. Bring in McGregor, bring in Flair, bring in Travis Brown, and have Charlotte win the SmackDown Women's title while you're out.
No, nothing says a women's main event like 3 dudes being there.
No,
it's a total Vince move. It's a total Vince move.
But
unfortunately,
another thing, fucking Finn Balor tweeted on Conor McGregor's retirement tweet saying, "See you at Mania, brother."
Yo, Finn's such a bastard.
Yo, dude, I like it. Like, I mean, McGregor has that kind of star power, even if he never physically, like, does what Rousey does and wrestles. As an appearance, it makes sense.
I think for someone the stature of Conor McGregor, you'd have to announce him showing up at Mania.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think he just ups and shows up. You know what I mean?
Although it is a very McGregor thing to do.
It is a very McGregor thing to do.
Vince is like, who the hell is that guy out there?
No, Vince would be like, who the fuck is that? With a fucking gif.
I want to see McGregor and Vince in like a walk-off.
Oh my God.
Strut off.
Yeah. Yo, Vince McMahon would definitely tear both his quads again.
I don't know.
I want to see Conor McGregor shave Vince McMahon bald.
Yes. And then become president of the U.S. Oh my God. I mean, McGregor in the WWE would be perfect. He already has a personality for it. Everybody already hates him backstage, so it works.
Yeah. All right, let's talk some Kofi, because this build the past few weeks has been
It's the best build in wrestling.
When he won the gauntlet last week and he didn't get the match, I was like, this is going on too long. But then did the tag team gauntlet this week, and I was like, oh, this is perfect.
The tag team is masterful.
The Usos doing the greatest thing in wrestling. Like, yo, we forfeit, Us.
Yo, dude,
that was beautiful. That was a beautiful moment.
I honestly think as soon as Kofi wins that belt, knock on wood, I think Big E and Xavier are turning on him.
Big E, probably.
I hope not. I hope if they're going to do that, which would suck, I hope they save it for SmackDown.
No, dude. You gotta do it right when he holds up that belt.
No, because Kobe can have a celebration. And then
and then...
Festival of Friendship?
Something like that, yeah.
The Festival of Positivity. No, the Positivity Party.
Nice.
But,
what a moment.
The moment's there, and it's awesome that Kofi and Xavier helped get him there. And it's exactly that reason why I think once he gets there, as in once he's climbed that mountain, once in Will Tarashuk's eyes has become top-tier talent, is when they're going to feud.
Which would be fine, because if there's anything that could help people have been saying for a while, especially even Kenny Omega said, Big E deserves a singles run. We never see Xavier Woods in the ring, and Xavier can go in the ring, and what better way...
I think he's pretty close at 205.
And what better way to have these guys show off their talent and what they can do than have them up against somebody who travels with them 24/7?
Yeah. Except... Is Kofi a transitional champion? Give it right to Big E after like 2 pay-per-views?
No.
I mean, it'll be a longer run than Zack Ryder.
Oh, thank God. I can have a longer run than Zack Ryder.
If Kofi wins at Mania, his reign will inherently be longer than Zack Ryder's, because SmackDown isn't until Tuesday.
That's true, and it's 2 days later.
So at the least, if Kofi wins, he will beat Zack Ryder's 1-day reign.
Yeah,
but then again, we have also seen less than day reigns with some of these titles. So
yeah, I would like to see Kofi hold it for at least a couple of pay-per-views. I don't see him holding it until SummerSlam, but it would be nice. It would be nice. I just think he deserves this moment. They built up to it so well. It's a better built feud than the main event. It's pretty cool, and I also think I talked about this with Jeff last week. How much of a genius Vince McMahon is to say, "Hey, I know what we're doing, and I'll play the racist guy on TV."
Nothing says racist like a 70-year-old white man.
Exactly, and Vince is kind of taking that and putting that on his back.
Who's also a billionaire.
Exactly. So he fits the mold, and he's like, I'll do it just to get this guy over. It's kind of like, it's a weird way of getting somebody over, but he's like, I'm going to play the bad guy so that you just look better for it.
It's just really weird seeing Daniel Bryan say B+ player.
It is really, it's still uncomfortable to me.
It's like, you don't believe this. Xavier's calling you Bryan for a reason.
Before the tag team gauntlet was announced, I was honestly convinced that Kofi would have had to do the Daniel Bryan 2-match thing, but it would have been the Andre the Giant Battle Royal.
That actually would have been really fucking clever.
That would have been really clever. Damn.
Wow.
Well,
Wow. Good job,
too late,
Dave.
Too late now.
No, it's perfectly fine as the way they set it up because you saw like the Bar beat the crap out of him. The Usos came out. I was like, oh, it's gonna fucking suck. And then the Usos grabbed the mic and they had that speech. They're like, yo, we already believe in you. And he's like, out of respect, we forfeit, and walked out. I was like, this is great.
Loved it.
Yeah, it was just a great moment all around. It's probably the best moment in wrestling from WWE this year. Having that moment, having the Usos forfeit, having Kofi and them steal one against Daniel Bryan and Rowan, like it was.
It's a great idea. Whoever came up with it, Pritchard. I think it's a great idea. Pritchard.
Well, you have Pritchard, Abyss. Who else is creative backstage now? There's 4 of them.
Hurricane Helms.
Yep, Hurricane, Pritchard, Abyss, and
Sanjay Dutt.
Not Sanjay.
And Jeff Jarrett.
Jeff Jarrett, that's what it is. Hurricane, Abyss, Jeff Jarrett, and Pritchard.
All right, guys. Anything else we want to talk about WrestleMania this week in wrestling?
Go Kofi. Kofi Mania is in full effect.
Hart Foundation to the Hall of Fame.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Gives Natty a feel-good moment.
Another 2-time Hall of Famer.
Yeah, that's now 3. That's 3 now this year.
3 this year, yes.
3 this year? Who's it?
DX. Well, Triple H.
Triple H is a one-time Hall of Famer.
No, Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Booker T.
Oh, okay.
And Brett
Flair and Brett, so we have 4.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I have no problem with that. I guess they're doing this so I guess the Anvil is not good enough to be just on his own.
Which is kind of and I thought Hart Foundation was like, oh, we're going to put in Owen.
Well,
I was like,
you know what it is? Because he's not alive, they're going to have Natty induct him and Brett do his speech.
Yeah.
It makes perfect sense, actually.
Which is fine. It kind of makes
If Bret Hart doesn't pull up Bret Hart, he's going to talk only about him and not about himself.
No, I think he'll talk about the Anvil because Natty's there, and I don't think he's going to be that much of a douchebag.
No, he's probably going to be told only talk about yourself and Jim.
Yeah.
The only reason Owen's not in yet is because of his wife, Martha.
Wait, I was wondering, Owen and Bulldog were part of the Hart Foundation.
That's what I was like. Oh, crap, they're putting Owen in.
Pillman.
And Brian Pillman. I was like, yeah, they're kind of missing a few people.
I mean, it's like when they missed Rick Rude for DX, but we already
they're missing the rest of the dead ones.
Yeah, I guess you're going with the original members, which kind of. I was like, that could have been a way to put Owen in. Could have a way to put the Bulldog in and get everybody happy. Like they used the China and DX to get China into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I think this is more. I think it's more of just like a moment for Anvil and Natty with anything else, which I have no problems with. I'm not going to be like, oh, that's stupid.
Yeah, it kind of makes me want to go. The Hall of Fame is stacked this year.
It's a good. Did you guys sell your tickets yet?
Dave, Nate wants one, right?
Yeah, he hasn't talked to you.
No, he hasn't.
He
better because I have somebody who does want to actually like take these tickets, and it's like coming. It's coming towards the 0 hour.
Yeah, we got a week.
Yeah,
and change. A week from tomorrow. Wink, wink.
Yeah, right.
All right, Rickie, are you ready for tweets?
No, I'm not ready for tweets. We're not going to bring back tweets until next week when I have a WrestleMania-sized edition of tweets. Instead of 5, we are doing 10.
It's going to be 15 for the last 3 weeks we missed.
A top 25 edition of tweets.
A top 25 edition. All right, King of the Night. We can do that. You guys haven't done that either. I noticed that. You guys didn't do King of the Night.
No, yeah. I said I was going to eliminate everything Will-related.
Oh.
That's why
Fuck you.
Did you not listen to my promo? I was like, I'm going to eliminate everything that
I listened to it 3 times, man. I listened to it 3 times. It was like, dude, my fucking ego, right in the ego, man.
You
Damn.
Listen to it the whole
I'm serious, dude. After that promo, I stopped looking for jobs in Boston. I swear to God, I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not doing it. I'm staying here. It's 100% fact. All right. King of the Night goes to Byron Saxton.
I'm okay with that. I actually
for ditching commenting. So you know what? Fuck this guys, and starts banging on the ring. It was the only time I ever liked Byron Saxton ever. It was amazing.
Yeah, that's true, and like I feel like the announcers need to do more stuff like that.
Yeah,
Like that was so cool.
Which one of the announcers last week messed up when Kofi had been in the gauntlet for like 45 minutes? And he said, I think it was Tom Phillips, and he's like, Big E's been in this match for like 45 minutes. But can we all just give a shout out to that kid who did the fucking
when Paul Heyman
was talking? That kid is famous now. He is fucking famous right now, and I love it.
Yeah, I'm going to give King of the Night to the Usos. Because I think that moment was probably the best storyline moment ever. Because it's no secret that the Usos and the New Day had this giant rivalry a couple of years ago, and they were putting on classic after classic after classic. And it's no secret that the Usos and the New Day are really close with each other in and outside of the ring. So I thought it was a great play on their real life friendship and relationship that the Usos were like, "You've earned our respect, you've earned the people's respect, and out of respect for you, we are not going to fight you because we think Kofi deserves it too." I thought that was a cool form of kind of breaking the fourth wall.
Mm-hmm. It is the reality hour, after all. All right, guys, let's wrap this shit up.
I didn't give my King of the Night, excuse me.
Oh, I thought the kid was yours.
Yeah, I thought it was the kid.
No, that was just a shout out. No, mine is actually the New Day contingent of Xavier and Big E.
They put on a great series of tag matches.
Great series of tag matches when they themselves, it was selfless. They did it for Kofi without anything in return. And I think that's going to play into the potential breakup.
I still don't agree that you break up the New Day, but that's just me.
We shall see. We'll talk about all that and more next week.
Maybe next week. We got a lot to do. We got the gala coming up next week. We got what's all pushing the gala. We got the gala. I'm hosting the gala next week. Twitch TV 7 p.m.
You're one half of the host of the gala.
I'm hosting the gala. Twitch TV 7 p.m. next Thursday at RWA World on Twitch. Man's Chapel, the Gift of Podcast host will also be with us. We have all of us, including Will. Will is going to be there. Fourth Wall, Ramadan, Demon Diva, a whole shit ton of people. Maybe a member of the Valkyrie if Nikki can get off her high horse.
Don't count on it. Nikki's very mad at me.
Yeah, I don't know. We still don't know why yet. But yeah, it's gonna be a good time.
Probably because it's a work.
And then straight into WrestleMania week, we're gonna be at Access at least 3 times. WrestleCon, G1, Takeover, Raw, SmackDown, and of course WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Fourth Wall tailgate, $5 donation to charity, and you get all the food.
McDonald's house.
Exactly. And Dave, the Vazes want to be at our tailgate.
What?
Remember the family that we met in Orlando?
Yeah.
I reached out to them. They are planning to show up at our tailgate.
Yo, that's so dope. Also, now that I'm healed, Around the Rings is coming back with a preview of your G1 Supercard. Dusty Dave will be at the Festival of Honor VIP on Friday. And yeah, Rickie kind of listed all of our events. We may hit on McMahon's after NXT. I
need my spot with Allison.
We'll be all around the Boros for Mania.
Absolutely. We might have to actually release like a schedule of where we're gonna be at. We may have to do like an appearance schedule for everybody that listens to this show.
I know, dude. It's so many fucking places.
For $10, you can get a picture and an autograph of the Kings of the Rings podcast.
Exactly, and also Dave, Dave was so generous enough to make some custom hats for us. So we'll be wearing hats. And we also have a hat for one lucky fan.
Get that camera on the hats.
Get the camera on the hat.
Let me show. This is the hat that was made for the hosts.
KOTR Rewards is coming back Mania style in a big
Here, let me actually also get the KOTR Rewards one.
It's actually, that's going to be a hat that I'm going to have to like put in like a box or something so that it never like collects dust.
Safety deposit.
Okay,
yeah, right.
This is the Kings of the Rings KOTR Rewards debut snapback.
Pictures
Look at
will
that
be up
trucker
soon.
hat.
Yeah, baby.
You
Early
can
2000s.
kick his ass, Seabass, in that hat.
Yeah.
Don't forget your Ed Hardy.
That announcement, I'm thinking I am going to announce the day of WrestleMania.
Wow.
The day of WrestleMania.
So you're saying that potentially our winner may be tailgating with us.
Yes, that is exactly why.
Go to Patreon. $5 gets you 10 entries. $3 gets you what? 5 and $1 gets you 1. Was that how it is?
It's 3, 5, and 10.
3, 5, and 10. Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. 3, 5,
And
and 10.
then if you use a hashtag, that is one.
If you buy our merch,
have
that is
our
one.
merch, we would like you to buy our merch. We are hopefully going to have more merch soon. But post your pictures, use a hashtag, and I will do a live drawing the morning of Mania.
I'm down for that.
All right. And Wrestle Wars has been recorded. It will be out in April after Mania, those following 3 weeks. So
Watch the Throne is coming back. I am going to give you guys a little bit of a WrestleMania tour guide for this show, for the next show.
Ooh.
That'll be fun.
Yes.
All right, guys. Now we can feel the work music.
Are you going to play that for the end too?
I don't have iTunes pulled up, so yeah.
Yes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have one thing to say.
Yeah.
If you were mad about this work, or if you questioned this work, or if you have any feelings about this work, I have one question. Did you really think I'd go anywhere? Did you really think I would leave my baby, my creation?
I mean, you kind of did on Twitter.
I did on Twitter, but that was for the work. I told Rickie, don't you ever push my fucking passion. You're listening to Kings of the Rings podcast, episode number 141, organic storytelling. That's really what this work was all about. WrestleMania has been a plethora of organic storytelling with Kofi Kingston, with Becky Lynch. So why not throw our hat in there? We had some organic storytelling. That's what it is for you guys. That's all it is. Stories. Remember, guys, it's fucking wrestling. But our time. KOTR _podcast, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, anywhere, everywhere, iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Spotify, everywhere. WrestleAct Radio, catch all the other programs. Just shows happening fucking easy. My fit on the network. Next hour. Keith Thomas, ARASHEUK. Send all the hate mail my way. I will answer you in you Slack. And Mr. Fred, when you start crying, I'm back.
I feel bad for Slack because he totally worked himself into a shoot.
Yeah, he kind of did. I'm gonna message him because I don't think he listens to us anymore.
Well, I'm sorry. With how unreliable you are to watch what we do this show on, I refuse to believe you're going to answer all the hate mail.
Yo, if people tweet me and message me, I message them back. It's a fact.
But the only thing I have to say is it was great being neutral. I love both of you guys, and you can't put me in a position where I have to choose one or the other. So from me,
promo you can.
From me, Dusty Dave, the man of 1,000 gimmicks. Goodbye and good night. Bang.
To my belt, bro. I went to my belt, bro.
It's true. That's true. No, aren't we iconic belt bros or something like that?
The Ico Bros.
We're the
Ico Bros.
There we go. That was our T-shirt. Ico Bros for life, ladies and gentlemen. It is your favorite heel of the podcast, King Rickie Rose at Ambassador Biggs on all social media. Your social media, Ambassador of KOTR _podcast on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, and also your general manager and co-host of the Rant Gala, general manager of Wrestle Addict Radio. So we got a big week ahead of us. By this time next week, I'm off of work. We've got a lot of WrestleMania things to do. We're going to be everywhere. We might legitimately have to release a schedule of all of our appearances. We might have even special guest appearances with us as well. That's all I can tell you, but be on the lookout for a lot of crazy shit that could be going on. This is our WrestleMania. This is the WrestleMania in our hometown, except for Will, because he's from Boston. And don't be proud of that. Correct us.
I'm not.
And if you actually thought that all three of us were not going to be at WrestleMania in New York, think again, because we're back and we're better than ever.
Next week, Nate's probably gonna be on a show because he's staying at my apartment for like a week. So that would be exciting. But until then, always and forever, we're the kings of the rings. I'm sorry, Nikki, but we'll see you next week.
Slack, I'm not sorry. Go fuck yourself.
Back in the New York groove. We're back in the
All right.
That's actually how you should end it, Will. It's back in the New York groove.
Back in the New York groove.
Yes.
I'll have to find it. Who sings it?
Dave, who sings that?
I don't know. Let me find out.
I feel like that's also one of the WrestleMania songs and we don't know it.
The WrestleMania song isn't annoying because it's not Kid Rock. Going down in the war, it's gonna have a good friend of mine.
Well, that was the wrong Kid Rock song to play, too.
Kid Rock sucks.
Hey, Ball with the Ball was great. Shut up.
I'm taking these headphones off.
Ah,
It gets so sweaty.
New York groove.
Back in the New York groove.
Ace Frehley? Russ Ballard.
I'll find it.
Yeah. Okay, I'm stopping recording.
Back to Bloodborne.
Oh, wait. Stop. Save project. Episode 141.
Yes.
Word.
So wait, Nikki never responded to you?
No, she did.
What'd you say?
I was like, what I do now? She's like, you know what you did.
No, she's gonna. She's bluffing. She's bluffing.
Yeah, I bet. I honestly don't care.
But no, she's bluffing. So don't give her an out.
Because it's pretty rude to make me think you were in an actual fight with someone.
Oh, that's what she said?
Yeah.
Ask her what makes you say that.
I
already told her it was all work.
She was probably just mad
it doesn't
that
matter. I'm disappointed in you.
What the hell? She still has a thing for you, this sounds like. This sounds like dumb girl anger when they're mad at like a guy.
Wait, what? Did she ever have a thing for Will in the first place?
Kinda, actually.
Will, is this true?
Apparently, Rickie didn't tell me at Royal Rumble.
Because I thought it was fucking obvious, you dumbass.
Well, I mean,
Dave
with the whole
Dave was
belt,
drunk the whole time.
no, with the whole belt thing during the live show, it kind of was obvious, and Will was just like, "I'm just not taking the fucking belt."
And she's like, "I will."
And then she's like, "Well, I'll take it," and he's like,
"That was your clue, you idiot."
Don't break it. I might bring it to the gala.
I'm not bringing any of my belts to the gala. I will be looking.
I'm bringing my NJPW one.
I mean, I also live 10 minutes away, so.
That's true. Oh, we didn't talk about this NXT takeover card. It's going to be knucking fucks.
Bro, Adam Cole Gargano 2 out of 3 falls. Fucking Matt Riddle versus Dream. Fatal 4-way for the women's title. Winner of the Dusty Classic versus War Raiders, which actually it ended today. It was.
I'll watch it later. And Walter and Pete.
Yo, I am going decked out in ring comp stuff.
Have you seen Walter wrestle yet?
I have not.
You need to look him up.
Literally, like, go to YouTube right now and just look up matches of Walter.
He actually did an Evolve stint with Adam Cole, but that was in like Massachusetts. Anybody want to be bold and do Evolve before the Rant Gala? To see Kyle O'Reilly face Austin Theory at 12 noon in Laboon.
Dude, that video that I took from Evolve got like 150 likes, man.
What video?
Of the Undisputed video that announced the match.
Video. Oh, okay. I didn't know you were checking a video of it. I'm just happy to see we got a stunner.
Yo, bro, yeah, that stunner by Drake was awesome, and actually, Josh Briggs hit me up when I was posting about his injury, saying thank you for the well wishes.
Yeah, he separated his shoulder, right? Or separated
No,
his
he
hip?
dislocated his hip.
Yeah. Oh my god, that was gross.
That must have fucking hurt.
Well, no shit.
And then he tried to put it back in, and it just didn't work.
Well, yeah, you saw he took the pin, and then he was like, "Help me, help me!" Like,
Yeah, no,
right
yeah,
now.
he tried to put it back in, it didn't work, and then he's like, "Help me, help me."
Yeah, that was crazy. So, Dave, I don't think you noticed this, but at Evolve, Wade gave like Will the cold shoulder.
Yeah, he did pretty hard.
Like I was also like, I mean, I know I was talking to each of you guys individually.
No,
But
Dave, you played it perfectly. That's what made it work.
Yeah, Rickie, you were an asshole.
What the fuck are you talking about?
No, at Evolve, you were just a dick.
No, I wasn't. I was just talking to Dave the whole time.
I know. You were in character.
And then when Wade came up to me and was like, "Oh, that's a good promo," I had to cut him off to show him that we weren't actually still talking.
Oh no, it's perfect.
Yeah, it's just so funny. It's just so fucking funny. Oh my god.
It's so hard.
Are you still playing this Blood Manor shit or whatever?
Bloodborne, yeah. Dude, I can't get past these fucking guys. I gotta fight all of them again when I die.
Alright, so over under, how many people do you think are gonna be mad at us?
Probably most of them.
Well, Kate doesn't get
I'm gonna say a hot 10.
Kate literally said, the fight on Twitter made me think that it was legit, though.
Really?
Yeah. Well, because when Will and me and you started going back and forth on Twitter, that's when Danny hit me up. And she's like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Yeah.
And then she like listened to the argument, and she like even broke down everybody's side.
That's funny.
What did she say? Dave's just caught in the middle?
No, here's what happened. If I can fucking find it. Oh, she
Episode uploaded.
She goes, everyone thinks they're right. I don't think Will meant it the way you guys took it, and he probably feels like it wasn't a wrestling argument by the end of it. He probably felt like you guys ganged up on him and attacked his character in general. Granted, I only know what I hear and what I've seen on Twitter. I'm not about to make full assumptions based on all that or choose sides. In the end, you guys need to be able to work through it for the sake of the show. That's legit concern. That's awesome.
Adorable.
She's more concerned with the well-being of the show than the well-being of each other. They love us, guys. They really love us.
Someone has to.
Yeah, it's gonna suck when I have to be like, all right, I'm sorry, it's a work. Don't kill me.
So, Rickie, when are you changing the stuff back? On Friday?
Friday.
Yeah,
Friday
goes,
midnight. Yeah, the show will go up. So I'll go home,
Friday.
I'll post the show, yeah. And then depending on I might get home late. I might go see a movie tomorrow after work. And then fucking yeah, I'll do all that shit. It's just gonna be really fucking funny. I changed all of them back. Because also the changing of the logos, everybody was like, "What the fuck?"
That was the nail in the coffin.
Yeah.
It was the best part. It was the best fucking part. I love that. Keep it. I love it so much.
All right, so seriously, who is going to talk to Slack though to calm him down? Because I really feel like I was gonna say, because I really feel like he actually legitimately hates me now.
Yeah, no, I'll talk like he always all work.
Even more so than before. I'm waiting to hear Fretz's reaction too, because Fretz was completely sold.
Oh, I know.
He was sold. He was heartbroken. Like he was really hurt.
I'm surprised he didn't message me.
He messaged me because I'm still the leader of the show. He's like, "You still have my allegiance, my liege," and I was like, "Yes, got him."
Of course, because no one's bigger than the show. That's just reality of show business.
Yeah.
If I get this Sam Roberts job, though, that'd be cool as shit.
Dude, if you have to work on a show that you hate the person, that would get old really quickly, bro.
That's the thing, though.
So I told Mance and I said, between me and you for now, that tension between Will and myself, it's a work. And I said, we're going to reveal that on this week's episode. He goes, well, that also plays into the gala pretty well. So which means, Will, me and you might be on opposite teams.
Oh, perfect. what are we actually doing? What's the
wait,
having?
But if that's the case, I have to be the moderator because I'm neutral and I can't.
No. I want the moderator to be someone from.
Yeah, no, I saw.
I actually kind of wanted to be Issa because she'll just be a bitch about it. Issa.
What are we debating?
We haven't figured it out yet.
What's top tier talent?
Actually, that should be we
oh
should
my
just
God.
No.
Dude.
We should sneak that in. Will, if I can get me and you on separate teams, and then I have like Issa be like, all right, here's the next question. What is top tier talent? And then me and you're like, we got this.
Me and Rickie, we got this shit. Team, I got this. Don't fuck with me on this one.
Just battle it out. That would be hysterical. I think we should. I think I'm gonna work our way into that.
Come up with great ideas now that we're back together.
Well, Mance and I have to come up with the show, and then with the potential inclusion of a specific superstar, because we're still recording, we don't know how that shit's gonna go either.
Oh, right.
All that and more next.
I